I married the wrong person. Me, F23, and my husband, M24, have been married for 9 months now and I live 100 miles away from my family and friends. Our whole dating period was a lie. He portrayed himself to be kind, considerate, affectionate and someone who cares about their hygiene. I'm also 7 months pregnant. I love my son so very much but I hate his father. We both don't work but he has a rich father who owns properties which my husband manages. It hardly takes his time, so he pays all the bills and takes care of groceries. I handle all the household chores and cook for both of us. Because of my pregnancy I will admit it's been hard for me to keep up and I can hardly bend anymore to reach places. Tomorrow we have a celebration with family. He promised me he would help me clean the house and change the rugs and the curtains. I went out in the morning and I bought some decor for our house and party things. When I came home he was still watching Gordon Ramsay cook even though he never makes anything. I told him to help me clean as it could take a couple of hours because I want to do a deep clean, rearrange the kitchen cupboards, dust, change things around. Instead he left the house. I'm so angry because he knows how much tomorrow means to me. He doesn't do fuck all but pay bills. He doesn't even brush his teeth until he's leaving the house. And he wears the same boxers for a week, nauseated face. Most days I refuse intimacy because I'm repulsed. We had arguments that my parents know about and they want me to find me a house in case we separate. He doesn't know about this but I'm so grateful my parents are doing this because I hate him and I want to leave ASAP. I really want to call his mom and tell her how her son just left me after he promised to help me clean. I know she will shout at him but it won't affect his black heart. Just a rant but I really did marry someone so wrong. He's a dirty person who doesn't do anything around the house. What are you waiting for? The only thing worse than wasting 9 months on this man, is wasting 9 months and 1 day. Next time he leaves, do the same. Go to your parents, get help. Look at Ebby45 post page for resources. Please read this. Why does he do that? You are not safe. Especially while being pregnant since you're even more vulnerable. Things will only get worse. You need to leave for yourself and your son. Easier fix than most people want to believe. If you're this miserable now, it will not get better with a kid. I spent 10 years in a marriage 6-7 of were just awful. It's not easy or fun. But my partner now is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Get the divorce. Heal up. Child support and find a partner that makes you happy. Sadly this person will always be in your life. To what capacity is up to you. You need to leave immediately. Call your parents back and make an escape plan. And don't leave alone. Have someone with you, because he will try to stop you. I'm not sure why you didn't say in your op that he is abusive. But that is the important part. Not that he doesn't help clean. Please protect yourself and your baby and leave. If you're in England and in a violent relationship, Women's Aid is a great org to help you. From what you've said in your comments, your husband already shows abusive behavior. He is physically violent with you. The thing is, many, if not most, abusers only show their true face when their partner is in a vulnerable position so they can't leave. You're pregnant now and, as I assume, financially dependent on him. He thinks you're trapped and he planned it well. Now his behavior will only escalate. Do you want to become his boxing pillow? Because it's time to run, op. Don't let your kid grow up in a household with a monster. Call his mom over. Out of the blue. Keep a bag ready. Walk away with your stuff while she's there. Unless she's evil she will help you. Tell her you need time to think and it'll stress the baby. This is classic abuser move. They portray a kind trusting self then they get you to move far away from anyone you know. Then they begin to change. They get mean, controlling, and begging to get abusive. All because they think you can't get away. My advice is pack all your essentials and have your parents come get you. File for divorce and a protection order at the same time. Well then, get on with it and leave. Where do you live? So, depending where you live, if you have that baby where you are, you may never be able to move closer to have family and have their support, until the kid is 18, unless you move without your child. I'd be running to a lawyer, packing my stuff, and getting close to family before that baby comes along. I've heard way too many horror stories about it. And also, of how much harder custody can be if you bring the baby home to a house where you live with your husband. Reading your comments. Talk to a lawyer first. I think your best bet would be to call the police if he's recently put his hands on you. And when he's in jail, packing up what you actually need and racing home. You moved 100 miles away from family and friends. Sounds like he was trying to isolate you. Oh, break up. As my older friends say, oh, you got divorced in your 20s? Then it really didn't count. You just dated with more strings attached. Don't even gotta mention it in the future if you don't want to. Go live your life and be happy. This dude sucks, cut your losses and walk away. It was only 9 months anyways. Don't let the made-up stigma of divorce deter you from it. Yes, you did. Leave. Leave today. Tomorrow when everyone is there for the party, tell your parents that he is abusive. He doesn't have to hit you to be abusive. He is abusive by secluding you from family and friends and manhandling you and preventing you from leaving. And pack your stuff and leave. Do not tell him you are leaving. Don't hint that you're leaving. Just pretend all is well and normal. Tell your parents. Have them go upstairs with you and pack your things. Make sure to grab any legal documents that belong to you. And have him give you your car keys and leave and never look back. File for a restraining order, and make sure he's not legally allowed near you or your child. Please take all this advice you are getting. It will not get better. It will only get worse. Please stay safe. You need to leave. Both you and him deserve to be happy with someone you as a minimum like, and ideally love. To hate the person you're with is a lot, and will not improve with a stressful baby in the house. Make your exit plan in secret. Quietly figure out how to get yourself away. 100 miles is a doable distance. At this point, without the baby, it's less stuff to move. You can buy more clothes. You can replace most of your stuff. What you should do is say you are donating stuff. Pack your most important documents and memorabilia and say you are going to drop it off and grab stuff from the store. Then you leave and drive yourself to a friend's or have you family on standby to help you after you get away from the house, or drive the 100 miles if you have to. Get out and go home. I wish you all the safety in this and I hope you make it out okay. I am curious, why did you get married? Weren't you aware of all these things? Get any important paper fake labor pains if you need. Get to a hospital or midwife, they can help you get away. Please leave before it gets more violent like a baby crying etc. Be safe. OMG, get out. I just left a 5-year abusive relationship with my high school sweetheart because he was narcissistic and all that grand shit. I just moved out in the middle of the night. Packed my shit and dipped. That was about 2-3 weeks ago. I am just now starting to see how abusive he really was. Your unborn baby child doesn't need to live in a household like that. I am not saying it's easy. But leaving in the middle of the night might be a good idea. He won't be able to hurt you or get upset because he's asleep and you can go straight to your family, friend's house and if need be, call the cops. Again, not easy. Just hope this helps a little bit. Plan your escape and do not let him know you are leaving. Your life could be in danger if he knows that you are leaving. Be careful and safe. Oh dear. Call your family, and ask them for help. 100 miles is not that far, just a few hours drive. I encourage to get out now, while you're still in one piece, and sort the details after. Go home, and be safe. Do not call his mom. Do not give any indication that you are leaving. Pack and stash some bags and your important papers, and have somebody come pick you up when he's not there, or just go and run an errand to get away safely. You did marry the wrong person. A giant man baby who can't properly provide for his family apparently. I'd say leave. Find a man that wants to treat you like an equal. Changes underwear once a week? Reason to leave all on its own. Call your parents and leave. You'll be way more vulnerable once the baby is born, so don't delay. Also, get a job. As long as you'll be dependent of someone else's money, husband, parents, you'll never be free. Be an adult and take action. Just get out. Abuse often escalates when a woman is pregnant, because she feels trapped so he thinks he can get away with more. You don't want to bring a baby into this home. A man that sits doing fuck all watching TV while his heavily pregnant wife struggles to do cleaning is a piece of shit. Let me guess, he has gone straight from his overprivileged, spoilt life with mommy, to marriage to you. He has never had to do stuff for himself because he is spoilt and entitled, so you are now the maid. Your parents are on your side and they are willing to help you. Just go and live in their house. Like, today. I bet they would drive 100 miles to come and get you. He doesn't even brush his teeth until he's leaving the house. And he wears the same boxers for a week. I don't understand how grown men can be like this. Your story is yet another cautionary tale not to marry early and date for a long time before marriage or moving in. A person can carry on a facade for a few months, but more than 1 year? Nope, the act starts to fall apart. Can your parents come visit and help you leave? It sounds like he's holding you hostage in your own house and you need help. If he won't let you have your car keys, Women's Aid have a scheme with the rail companies. You can call them and explain you're leaving a domestic violence situation and they can either set you up at a refuge or get you to your family. If it's your car in your name, report it stolen when he leaves with it and say you want to press charges. Reading shit like this makes me say, nope, marriage is not for me. It sends chills down my spine. Hearing, our whole dating period was a lie. He portrayed himself to be kind, considerate, affectionate and someone who cares about their hygiene. I know so many women who were duped into believing they had the right man, and as soon as they got married, living together or even got pregnant, all this shit comes out that they didn't see before. Makes me want to run to the hills screaming. He manhandles you and mistreats you? You need to go leave soon. Stat. Ask your parents for help, they seem very nice people who care about your well-being. Ask them to come get you since he's probably going to block your access to the car. Is it possible he is severely depressed or stressed? Not excusing his current behavior, but some of the things you describe could be stemming from mental and/or emotional stress. Could be he's a narcissistic a-hole, but assuming the worst about our partners is a sure way to destroy any and every relationship. Speak to your midwife and explain he is violent, controls you and you want to leave but are scared of him. There are ways your midwife can support and help you get out of this situation. You are better off leaving now than leaving in a few years' time with a kid he will have given a miserable life start to. Perhaps with more than one kid who has started life miserably. He pays all the bills, you do all the chores. Seems like a fair arrangement to me. If you want him to help around the house, would you be willing to help him with the bills? I understand the multiplying effect of the pregnancy, but the answer seems to be hiring a cleaning service. Bring that up to him. You hate him. Leave. Now. Lingering will just waste your time and prolong pain. I've been there with a black-hearted mate. Girl, fly back and give birth in your home state. With your family. Then file for primary custody while awaiting your divorce. This is disgusting behavior and you are about to give birth. You need to be around a dependable support network. Make an exit plan. Do not tell him that you're planning to leave. Pack a bag or two but keep them hidden. Wait for him to be out of the house and then leave. Go to your parents if that place isn't set ready. Check out EB45's user page. She is a crisis counselor and her page has resources to help women get out of abusive relationships. Trust me, it is going to be so much harder after the baby is born. Now is the time to get out. Who in the hell does that? A marriage is supposed to be equal. If I were you I would divorce as fast as I could. I think you should probably dip, but this also doesn't read like a stable person wrote it. IDK best of luck. Run. Far and fast. You will save yourself years of misery. Upvoted because I hope you get help, and get away from him. Get divorced. I got divorced at 23 from my high school sweetheart because it wasn't working out well for either of us. But both my ex and I are much better apart than we were in a relationship. It takes some time to recover emotionally, and I'm sure physically, but you will be better off without him, I promise. 2 hearts. Stop wasting your time. You have one life. Don't spend another minute wasted on him. Doctor. You are putting your child in danger. Leave. Now. Not now, yesterday. How long did you date for?